I think the only thing Pappu is going to miss in this film are the alaps.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's why we're deciding to give it to you in our logo music. I was just discussing it with Chintuji actually. So should we change this music? It's not going with this movie at all. I think we should do some dhadam dhudum there also. I think that is not going with Agneepath at all. It's making it seem a slightly archaic, which is not the intention. Agneepath is entirely, as we've said time and again on this platform, is Karan Malhotra's baby, and it's entirely his vision. Everyone, I hope and pray I have many more Karan Malhotras who can give me these what we call all-round commercial cinema, because it's time I really want to move to a larger home.
विजय दीनानाथ चौहान को मरना पड़ेगा.
The new Agneepath has a different world and a different syntax of its own. And today we unveil that. My most favorite actor. Please welcome Rishi Kapoor. Please welcome the lucky heroine for us at Dharma Productions, Priyanka Chopra. Truly a man with a heart of gold, and we all love him at Dharma Productions. Please welcome Sanjay Dutt. He was our first choice for the film and will always remain an integral part in the memory of this film. Please welcome Hrithik Roshan.
It's a reconstructed Agneepath. Reconstructed, when I say that, it's got the same foundation, but the floors are a little more different this time.
Presentation on our behalf to the generation who missed out on the legacy of what Agneepath meant. To represent it to the generation who may not have known the film or what it carried.
All I want to say is that Yash uncle, my Buddha uncle, will be proud of us.
Proud to be working with Dharma again. My Pappu, we're together again. I am just loving being here and being a part of this film.
Comparisons with Mr. Bachchan's character and Mukul Anand's Agneepath are bound to be there. So how did Karan Johar and Hrithik Roshan fielded media's questions about the comparisons?
First of all, I really don't think I'm playing Vijay Dinanath Chauhan. I'm just playing Vijay. When I first was approached by the idea, I just thought in my head that, I should not go down that road at all. Why do I need to do that? KM came all the way to Spain and he narrated the film to me, and he has a very, fantastic style when he narrates. He narrates with the background score, which he makes with his mouth. He probably can give you a demonstration if you request him enough. So right from the beginning of the film till the end, audio, visual, everything I was surrounded in stereo, digital sound with this emotional impact and all. I was just blown away. And halfway through the film, I started saying, I don't think I can let go of this film. As an actor, I'm a slave to my instinct.
And when Karan came to me with the idea of doing this with Agneepath, initially, of course, there was a trepidation, there was a fear. But I think the way he projected it and put it out, the way he was going to adapt it and energize it in a new format, I was really excited. As you all know, that the initial Agneepath didn't meet with commercial expectations. So there was always a desire my father had that, he used to always say, I wish we could do this again, because it's a film he was tremendously proud of. But when I heard Karan's adaptation, KM's adaptation, I knew that this would really hit the bullseye. I felt it could hit the bullseye with my understanding of commerce.
As it happens with all the films which I've done so far in my life, with all the films which I've said yes to, it took me 5 minutes. And I said, I can't say exactly what I said because it was an abusive word, but I said something to the tune of Hamari to होने वाली है बस.
बीच में अमिताभ बच्चन जी ने पोस्ट किया था, ओरिजिनल शुड बी लेफ्ट अनटच व्हेन डॉन केम. व्हाट डू यू थिंक ही विल कमेंट ऑन अग्निपथ?
he will be one of the first people I would like to show Agneepath to. As you know, he is Agneepath. You know, he represents Agneepath. And time and again I've said that this is not an adaptation. It's a tribute to him, to Mukul Anand, to Yash Johar. We have paid a humble tribute. We are paying homage with great amount of respect and reverence. We have made this Agneepath. And I can only know that with his blessings and love, this film will tide all the kind of turbulence that might come in its path of fire. So we can only say that I'm sure he will love it because he loves all of us.
ये महान दृश्य है, चल रहा मनुष्य है, अश्रु स्वेद रक्त से लथपथ लथपथ लथपथ, अग्निपथ अग्निपथ अग्निपथ.
So how was that experience of mouthing those lines? Because we haven't seen those lines in the promo. Is it possible if you can say those lines before?
Well, I can't say much about that right now because you have to. I think I will, spoil the surprise of how it comes and where it comes. But I just want to say that it was a stroke of genius. It's a fantastic moment. And, well, I wish I could say more, but I can't.
So what's the difference between Danny's Kancha China and Sanjay Dutt's Kancha China to start with?
मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि अग्निपथ में डैनी साहब के बाल थे, इसमें मेरे बाल नहीं.
विजय दीनानाथ चौहान को मरना पड़ेगा.
We wanted Kancha to stand out more than anything else in the film because the bigger the villain, the bigger the film. So I would say, as far as I'm concerned, as look reference is concerned, I really don't know. I could say, yes, I am a huge fan of Marlon Brando from Apocalypse Now. But yeah, I think, I'm not comparing it to that, but I think Sanjay sir has taken it to the next level as far as the look is concerned.
Who's Sanjay Dutt's favorite villain on screen so far? One villain that you totally adore.
Amjad Bhai. I think Gabbar or Sholay is just amazing.
Rishi Kapoor's character is a new entrant in Agneepath.
We might have seen a mildly grey Rishi Kapoor, but we've never seen a black Rishi Kapoor on Indian cinema celluloid. And I think this is the first time that Mr. Rishi Kapoor has ventured into such a different terrain. And I think hats off.
Firstly, I didn't see any place for me in this film. I thought they came to me for Mithun Chakravarti's part, But then that wasn't to be the case. It was an absolute fresh approach to the film. I said, you must be joking. You got me playing this. I said, if the picture here nahi chalegi, I will be the only reason this picture will not run. I said, मैं किस आपको angle से इतना खराब आदमी दिखता हूँ? They both wanted me, and mind you, this is the first time in my 40-year career that I gave them a look test. To convince you and myself, I'll give you a look test कि मैं खराब दिख सकता हूँ कि नहीं. मैं खराब आदमी बनने वाला हूँ. खराब तो दिखता हूँ, लेकिन खराब आदमी बनने वाला हूँ. So I did give them a test. I gave them a look test, and then we built up our confidence. We built up a little bit of, to carry out such a role. That is how it happened, and I guess now we have to see how you people really react to it.
Let's bring you the thought process of KJo and KM, that is Karan Johar and Karan Malhotra on Agneepath.
हमने कहा कि रीमेक ऑफ कोर्स है, नाम अग्निपथ है, विजय दीनानाथ चौहान है, कांचा है, बहुत सारा बदलाव भी है फिल्म में, बहुत सारे डिफरेंसेस भी हैं. तो जैसे कि हमने कहा, ट्रिब्यूट है, होमेज है, रीमेक नहीं बुलाना चाहते बिकॉज वो वर्ड थोड़ा misused हो जाता है कभी-कभी. So I would say ये tribute है. I'd rather call it a tribute than a remake.
I would say the basic plot of the film is the same. Yes, it's a revenge film. It starts in Mandwa, ends in Mandwa, and the retaining ends there. Okay. After that, everything is going to be new that you see on screen. Yeah.
Mandwa chahiye mujhe.
If I were to be given the opportunity to direct a film like this, I would not be able to. I'm incapable. As you've seen, there's only been one moment of action in my entire career when Amit ji slaps Hrithik in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. That was the only violence I've ever had in my cinema.
ईश्वर ने आपको सब कुछ दिया था, सब कुछ दिया. काश एक दिल भी दिया होता. बदतमीज.
So the second bout of action in Dharma is again with Hrithik, but there's a little more than just one slap on the cheek in this film.
Bollywood Hangama spoke exclusively to Karan Johar, and this is what he had to say about the promotional plans of Agneepath, considering he is launching the promo 4.5 months before the release date.
It's the day and age of projection, of marketing and putting it out there. we're all working towards a great first week. So anyone who says they're really trying to just only raise the bar of cinema are lying. We're here because cinema is a beautiful blend of commerce and art. And while we are being very artistic on celluloid, there is a commerce to look at.
And why is he launching his first look with The Bodyguard?
Bodyguard is a huge Eid release. It's a big mainstream film. It has a multiple amount of units.
Let's bring you some highlights from this high-profile event.
ऋषि जी, आपने कहा पहली बार आप बहुत खराब लग रहे हैं, लुक nonetheless you're very handsome. तो नीतू सिंह जी
मिलना आप जरा मुझे
नीतू सिंह जी का क्या रिएक्शन था?
घबरा गई, डर गई थी वो.
There have been large amount of structural changes. Even the love story between Hrithik and Priyanka is nothing like you've seen in the original. She's definitely not playing a nurse in a hospital in this film. I added it for commerce. There should be sex in Agneepath. That is why.
That's Karan's version of what this scene is, but this scene is a very important part of the love story that happens between Vijay and Kali, and that's what this scene is about. I don't think it has anything to do with seduction, but it is very intense, pure love, which is what they share.
Abhishek was very keen on playing Hrithik's character. Did he ever tell you about it, or did you ever consider having him in Vijay's shoes?
When Karan Malhotra had adapted Agneepath, he had a certain visual in mind for each and every actor, and I'm really, really happy and proud to say that all the actors he visualized are on stage with us today. He saw Hrithik Roshan, he saw Mr. Rishi Kapoor, he saw Mr. Sanjay Dutt, and he saw Priyanka Chopra. He saw them in these paths, and I was only too happy because all of them are people I know really well. All of them are close to the family and have been so for very many years. So it was truly Karan's visual, his sense of how he saw Agneepath in this readapted fashion that really modeled the casting of this film.
He loves making people uncomfortable, so he particularly chose actors who he knew would be uncomfortable doing these roles.
Yeah. I do that only on my talk show, but this time I did it on my film as well.
Who's playing the role of Krishna Nayyar?
There is no Krishna Nayyar MA in this film. We don't have that track at all.
The first look promo of Agneepath is interesting. It has a high energy in it, which is quite infectious. Obviously, Hrithik Roshan is looking totally charged up. Something of a total departure from what we saw in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara in recent times. Even Karan Johar, he has never done anything of this sort earlier. As everyone has been saying that Agneepath is going to be one of the most eagerly awaited films of 2012. It's releasing on January 13th. Interestingly, Kaho Na Pyar Hai released on January 13th as well, almost 11 years later. A Hrithik Roshan film releasing on the same date. Kaho Na Pyar Hai was very, very auspicious for Hrithik, as everyone knows. It was a huge, huge hit. So it remains to be seen whether Agneepath repeats that same magic. So let's see what Agneepath has in store for all of us moviegoers.
हमारा अभी लंच के साथ अपॉइंटमेंट है, मौत के साथ नहीं. ये मेरा डायलॉग है.
This is Faridoon Sharer with Zohaib Jamadar and cameraman Tahir Sheikh for Bollywood Hangama News Network.